Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is VGY. Hope you're all doing fantastic today. And as you can see on the screen, today is going to be the long-awaited Madame Bo Cameo Synergy Guide. Now, a few things to say before I get started. One, I've been wanting to do this for a while, this Cameo Guide, but I found like absolutely nothing with Shao Madame Bo. Literally nothing. So it took me a while to actually, I suppose, lock in and find some stuff, but I finally did find some things, so that's what's going to be debuted in this guide today. Do I think it's a good team? I guess we'll have to wait and see, because if I said no, you guys wouldn't watch the video. If I said yes, there's no need to watch the video. So you guys can gauge that for yourselves over the course of this guide, which I hope you enjoy. Also, as you can see on the screen, we have a combo breaker donation goal, which we've been trying to get to on stream. We've already got £505 out of 1,000, so we're halfway there. We do not have long remaining, so I'll put all the details in the pinned comment. If you'd like to donate, that'd be awesome. And yeah, it's good to see you guys. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but just been streaming a lot and I've been very busy, so please understand. If you do want to watch me more consistently though, twitch.tv/videogamesyo, and I'll be there. But alas, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Sit back, relax, and I'll see you guys in the gameplay. Alright guys, here we are in the lab. Got Madame Bo with us today, and as you can see, first things first, 1100 health. So that's good. We don't lose any health, we don't gain any health. But 1100, obviously as Shao, we have more than the average, so that is not a bad thing in any way. So yeah, first thing we can go over is the grab, which, as you can see, sick ass animation, 11%, and does your plus 20 on hit, which in the corner is actually really good because obviously there's no pushback, so you can get things like back one guaranteed. They can't jump out of that. A lot of Cameo forward throws aren't very plus. You can get away with a slam as well. It's not guaranteed, but you can get away with it. Back three, if you time it perfectly, they can't get out of because it's plus 20. Yeah, there's a lot of good things about this throw in the corner. It's a very good keeper of momentum, so to speak. And the animation's cool as hell as well. The next move is forward Cameo, which is this kind of... It looks like an ambush, but this is a summon. It's like a barrel roll over your back. It's a really cool animation. Only things I've found for this move thus far: it's really good proximity OS. So you guys know I love to do stand 2 Fatal, stand 2 Serena Rangs. Any kind of summon Cameo moves, stand 2 Glaive, that'll give me a combo. I'm big on that. Flame Burner as well, even though it doesn't launch. Same premise, right? But in this case, this move is plus 9 on hit. So this is actually... You can combo on this, like after the summon. It's very tight. Obviously, this is a 1-frame link, because this is an 8-frame burn. So as you can see, I'm not getting it here, but it is possible. As you can see there, I got it. And the damage is also very good. It does not scale at all. Which is quite nice. So it's very hard, but if you can do this every time, it's massive for Shao's hit confirm potential. Because you can do stuff like, this, not this, but that, like that, right? As you can see, damage it's insanely good, and the cooldown is also insanely good. And on block, you'll be happy to know this move is -1, which is broke. Obviously, there's a gap, like they can gap armor this, but this, for example, that is a true block string, and it's -1. So like I say, for proximity OS purposes, very good. If you can get this 1-frame link down, or if you want to do standing 1 instead, which is a 2-frame link, you can do that as well. But mid-screen, you'll have to go for the standing 2, because obviously standing 1 won't reach from that distance. But yeah, look at the damage. 40%. Very, very good. And that's just for 1 bar, which is really nice as well. Obviously, this can be used off of your other tools, like back 1. If you don't want to commit to a back 1 knee, you can do back 1 into this. As you saw there, I did an extension, which I'll get into in a second. You can do this off a back 3 for a safe low mix. There is a gap, of course, but we'll get into ways that you can patch that in a second. Yeah, it's just an all-around good move. You can just do it if you want to add more pressure to your strings, you can do that. Cheeky -1, get a backdash in. There's some nice pushbacks to this move as well on block, as you can see. It pushes you outside of down 1 range. Or it depends, subs down 1's going to catch you here, but you know what I mean. Anyway, this move has an extension, where if you hold the Cameo button, you're like plus 7 million billion thousand. As you can see, the downside to this is the cooldown's quite severe, but if you really want to get a hit confirm off, you can spend the bar for some extra safety and a mix-up opportunity. And what's lovely with Shao is that he can, if this hits, he gets a free axe buff, and the damage is, yeah, it's pretty good, as you can see here. Very nice damage. And like I say on block, this is plus 7 billion million gazillion thousand. Like I can do whatever I want here, pretty much. I can even buff up my hammer if I wanted to, you know? Or my axe, not hammer, excuse me, I'm a game early. But yeah, this is good, because if it can, in the corner for example, this can just be a low risk hit confirm option, or you can go for more stuff, right? Like, regardless of what happens, if they don't armor the Madame Bow here, like you can see here, this is plus 4. If you do it from range, sometimes it can be meaty enough to where it's plus 4, which is super nice. And as you can see here, you see this is plus 11, plus 14. Maybe even more plus on hit, which means you can sometimes combo off of it. But it's obviously selected where this will work. But either way, it's really strong, this move. And the cooldown of it by itself is actually quite nice. So you definitely want to spam this move a lot. Her next move is back Cameo, which, as you can see, very quick slide. Yeah, this goes really far as well. And from ranges like this, it's pretty much safe. So it's definitely something they're going to have to watch out for in neutral, especially with Shao, because you have slam. This move is it's 19 frames, quick, and on hit it launches for a very nice combo with Shao. Yeah, a nice meterless conversion there. And as you can see, the cooldown very, very short. So this is another move you can spam. And the key element of this move is that it's a low, right? And we know that Shao has a lot of overheads. A lot of them. So, and it's back on 2 as well. You can do back on 2 into this. And they actually come out at the same speed. So this is a true 50-50. You have to just... Unless your opponent is on some sort of performance enhancer, this is a very hard mix to Fuzzy. Because you have to be looking out for the Cameo, and she comes out so quickly. Obviously, anyone smart will just block low here and take the overhead, because it's a 6% overhead in comparison to this. So you're gonna want to take the overhead, but still, it's a mix-up. Same can be said for this. This is fuzzyable though, because there's a 3-frame difference. But again, people will most likely be taking the overhead. But that's a good thing, because they can either armor here. It creates a mind game. You know what I mean? So let's say, you know, you're doing this a bunch of times. Eventually, they're going to get sick of getting hit by the splat, because this is 6% into plus 17. They're going to get sick of that, and then they're eventually going to block overhead, which is when you do this. The threat of this is going to open up the mind game of just staggering back 1 and blocking, because then they're going to try and armor, because they're sick of this mix-up. Because it is a 50-50 at the end of the day, that they have to accept. And this string is armorable anyway, so it opens up a nice mind game for that reason. Also, in addition to back 1, stand through proximity OS, as I always say, but even more so than that, just standing 2 slams, you know, it's a very bread and butter way to get axe down. Slam is obviously 28, and this is 19, so this is not a fuzzy. I mean, they just block low, then overhead here every time. However, if you're conditioning them a lot with slam in these spaces, doing stand 2 slam, standing 2-2 slam. This will catch them off guard once in a while, and it only needs to hit them once for it to be a threat in their mind going forward. Or in addition to that, actually, I should mention, back 3-2 axeless is obviously low overhead again. You can do the same thing. So that's quite nice. So yeah, this is a good move, both for mix-up and for meterless confirms. You get this actually combos off of 2-2, which is crazy because nothing combos off of 2-2 in this game. This has such little cancel advantage that I didn't think this would work, because like this doesn't work, for example, right? That doesn't work, but this does, which is really nice. And if you do want to spend the bar, the damage you get is insane. That's 40 off every touch pretty much, which is super nice. And it allows you to get axe down meterlessly if you so wish, right? Which is exactly what Shao wants. You can even go for this route if you want to. There's some nice meterless damage. 35 there for no bar. Nothing to scoff at. But yeah, this move is great for combo extensions and for a mix-up. Any character that has an overhead, this move is going to be good for them. If you like the first one, you can enhance and hold the Cameo button. You can also do this for the second one. Now, I actually don't know the point of the extension version of this because it cannot be done on block. If I'm holding the Cameo button here and nothing's happening. However, on hit, obviously this happens. Now this, as you can see, the damage scales quite a lot. So I don't know if this is for confirming. I think this is for like a reset, because obviously this move is 19 frames, right? So for example, if I do something like this, right, and you can reset it with a poke. If I put him on auto block, if you do a poke here, he's gonna block, because obviously you can't combo off of pokes in any way. The game just won't allow it. So he'll go back to blocking, right? If I do a poke here, then I can go for a mix-up. Right, and he's stuck in block. You can't armor here. You have to take that. So I think that's what that's for. In which case, this might be good for some situations, because let's say I put him in stance hold after I get the hit. Right, let's put him in stance hold real quick. See that? Like there, he guessed overhead. I did the low, and then he took this amount more damage. I guess for a situation where they have that much health left and you want to put them into a forced guess, it's pretty good. But outside of that, I don't really know what it's for. Because the damage scaling is huge, the cooldown is huge, like the cost, you're not going to have your Cameo for a while, it's quite big. So I don't really know what you would use this for outside of what I just presented. Because the single one is just so good as it is. Look at the cooldown. By the time my combo's done, it's almost back. So I don't know why you'd ever do the held one, but alas, I digress. So yeah, that's forward Cameo, back Cameo we've gone over so far, and the extension versions of them both. Now we have just default neutral Cameo, which is a really nice bottle toss, which takes a while to get on the screen. It's quite fast, and obviously with a jump in like Shao's, it helps him get in a lot. For example, if I summon bottle toss here and I try and anti-air him, what the hell happened there? Obviously Scorpion's back 2 is a bit of a... What is happening? Yeah, Scorpion's back 2 is a bit of a joke button, but if I standing 1 or try and down 2 him here, I get caught. It's a really nice way of getting in with Shao. Really underrated way. Obviously, this was the staple with Lao Hat and Kano knives. And there hasn't really been an ambush assist that kind of gives him this freedom to get in, but this is everything you would want. It's amazing. Very hard to punish. And obviously you can't armor this either unless you've got a privileged armor. So yeah, for that reason it's really good. But, and I'm sure you guys are already aware of this, but Shao has a pretty good overhead in slam. And normally things like this can jail into slam, as you would expect. Just jails. Now this doesn't make you plus enough to do a lot, But if I test it here real quick, as you can see, so as that jails, I just tried to get out of it there. I'm gonna mash, see? Just to prove to you it jails. And I'm gonna hold up when Shao does, and you'll see he's plus. The frame data doesn't tell me, but from what I can see there, I'm about +2. +1, +2, +3 maybe. Which is good, because this is meterless slam. Which you can get this off of anything, right? You're +1, +2 here, instead of -10. And if you want to spend the bar, you're extremely plus. They can obviously armor this gap, but you're very, very, very plus here. As you can see, I mistimed that. That just jailed. Yeah, that jailed. So, if you decide to spend the bar and then the cameo bottle toss, you're extremely plus. At least +10, as you saw that jailed. Or probably +11, because there was some bad timing there on my part. But still, very, very good that you can jail this, because it makes your normal slam safe. And in matchups where this is punishable by a jab, that's exactly the security that you need, which is really nice. But yeah, bottle toss does what it says on the tin, really. It helps you get in neutral. You can jail it into slam. And one thing I didn't mention, it will help with some combos if you want to edge out a bit more damage. For example, if I do this here, you can do that, right? Like, you know, Kano knives can be used for the same thing, but I wouldn't say it's the primary use of Kano knives. But this still does apply here, which is quite nice. So, onto her. I believe that's everything I talked about. Apart from, yeah, okay. So the last move is her most, I guess, the majority of her kit. It's this move. It's down Cameo. She comes out with this nice little tray of drinks for you. Okay, some, I don't even know what that is. It looks like sake or something. I'm not sure. Whatever Boraicho drinks. But yeah, you press down Cameo again, your character will drink. Obviously, this, you're punishable when this is happening. You can't block. So you normally a character should have a way to guarantee these. Shao actually does have a way to guarantee these. And it's done when you get a conversion like this, where you get the bounce. For example, that's guaranteed. Any combo that you end in forward 4 guarantees it, which is quite nice. Now this, these drinks can be, as you can see, I've got the thing in the top left telling me how many drinks I've drunk. 3 is the maximum I can drink, and then I'm completely tipsy, as you can see here. And this gives me access to a few things. Number 1 is a dash cancel, or just a dash, which I can go forward or backwards off of. Okay. So for example, if I want to do a low risk confirm here, I can do that. Right. If it gets blocked, I press nothing. If it hits, I go in. And go do the confirm. You can do the same thing off of a poke, of course. If you think someone's going to punish your poke. Or like, for example, Shao's down 4, not very good on block. This is a really good thing you can do as well. Because obviously Shao's down 4 has a lot of block stun, it jails into knee. You can do stuff like that. And if I record, you'll see. If I don't jab immediately, it will throw counter me. And obviously, throws aren't the fastest things in the world, so I can do stuff like this too, where I jab. And that beat my jab clean. You know, if they're not ready for it, and they don't react, it's not the most real pressure in the world, but it can catch people off guard. With strings that are more real into it, it's very good. Like for this, for example. This is extremely plus on block if you do this, as you'll see here. This, I think, will probably jail. Yeah, look. If I jab here immediately, jails. Which is really nice. It does cost a bar, so be wary of that. But there's a multitude of things this can be used for. For one, you can do meterless confirms with it. So for example, if you land forward 2-2. Oh, sorry, just 2-2. I say meterless, it does cost the bar, but you know what I mean. I'm not using EX knee here. You'll get more corner carrying like this, but less resources, right? And of course, Shao being a mixed character, if I'm axeless, let's say, and I do this, this obviously is in addition to the fact that he already has a cancel he can do. So there's a lot that can be had there, which is quite nice. But yeah, the world's your oyster with this, honestly. There's so many. I wish you could do the cancel off of this, but you can't. The best thing I've found so far with this is back 3 being a safe launcher completely. Like they can't punish this, even if they armor, they can't punish this because you can just block confirm it, right? Because this recovers instantly. See? The frame there says -15 hit, but this is completely safe, which is super good. And obviously the conversion off of this will be meterless further on because you can just confirm into forward 1, which is really good. The next thing the drinks give you is a dive in the air, which you have to have 2 drinks to achieve. You can't do this move when you have 1 drink or 0 drinks. You can only do it when you're 2 and above. And this is an instant overhead. As you can see here, 10 frames. Now, I don't really know the point of this move for Shao. I mean, it is an unseeable overhead that you can use an axeless, but outside of that, I don't really know. I mean, I guess in combos, maybe? But I don't know if that's really worth it. I mean, that damage is okay, but I wouldn't use it for that. I'd save the drinks for the next thing I'm about to show you, which is you only get to use it when you have 3 drinks, which is Queasy Feelings. It's up. Cameo. See, I can't use it when I have 2, but when I have 3, this happens. Now, this is 29 frames. And Slam is 28 frames, which means, for example, let's say this is blocked. This is blocked on -18, right? But because of the fact that you can summon Madame Bo to do things while you do this move, you can do stuff like this. Right? So if it, because they're expecting Slam here always. Which is good because it opens up this move. And then you can start conditioning without the bottle toss, or even this bottle toss, which is down Cameo, right? Which I didn't get into yet. You can do back Cameo, which summons a close bottle toss, and far Cameo, or forward Cameo, which summons a far one. You can do stuff like this, where you have her out, and then you summon her like that, but then you also do the low. And then you can bait the low. You can also do this on hit, mind you. So for example, let's say I have Madame Bo out, and then I get hit. As you can see, I can do it on hit there. See that? It works, even if you get hit, so very good. Obviously, I don't think if you're mid-combo it works, but I mean, let me test it, just so I'm not giving you guys misinformation. How will I even test this? I guess this. Wait to get comboed. Okay, let me do that. Okay, you cannot do it while you're getting comboed. But yeah, when you've just been struck, you can do it, which is really nice. But yeah, this Queasy Feelings move is pretty good because it's the same speed as Slam, near enough, and it's a low, which combos afterwards. And it gives Shao enough time to do his axe buff. So the damage that comes next is pretty monstrous, as you can see. So this is just a low that you can put into your pressure whenever you'd like. And obviously, if you're axeless, this means that you can do very dirty things like this. Right? Or Normally, people would expect you to do overhead in a situation like this, right? But instead of that, you can do, I don't know, double low. Which obviously launches, because if this hits, like I say, you get your axe back, and then you have so much time here. You can do whatever you'd like. So it's really nice, this move, actually, for Shao. It's unsafe, of course, but it's also really nice, because it gives you... There's a lot of freedom this move gives you, because obviously you can do this, like I say, make it safe. But yeah, this, like I say, this move's a very cheeky move because it combos off of everything you want it to combo off of. Combos off of back 3, combos off of stand 2. I believe it might combo... No, not quite off of forward 4. But as you can see, it's very active. So, for example, even if they're knocked down, you can get up into it. So if you put a normal auto block here, I'm plus 23, which is pretty damn good. So let's say I get a hit. Excuse me. So I get a hit here. Plus 4, for example. Or I get a hit here. The next mix is guaranteed. They can't armor, because it will armor break. This is granted, though, that you can get to 3 drinks. If you get to 3 drinks, this move is like what you want to go for every time. It's the best thing to do. Because having the ability to negate a wake up with this move, crazy good. Crazy good. It gives you a complete free setup when you want. It also is a mixer, which is really sick. But yeah, that'll be the end of that move, Queasy Feelings. It's a funny move name, to be honest, and it's a really awkward cameo input, up R1. But last, but certainly not least, we have the move I went into over earlier, the bottle tosses. Now, the main reason that you'd use this move is for Oki situations. So, for example, let's say you're doing a combo. There you go, you summon the bottle, and then as they get up, the bottle will hit them, meaning that they can't meter you. Do your overhead or your low as they get up. Like so. You can see here, if they pushed him a bit far, because I didn't do the summon time properly. Like that, for example, if I didn't miss the knee, you see what I'm talking about. Same can be said for axe pressure. If you want to do, you can combo off the overhead with her bottle, which is quite nice. You usually set this up, I don't know, if you hit a slam, for example, and you want to do that, that'll combo. Same as sector rocket. It's basically a pseudo sector rocket, think of it that way. This can also be used for, like for example, if he's standing right there, you want to do something unsafe, that makes you safe. Or the same can be said with this. Like that, right? You just have to, this is a very finicky move to get used to, so you do have to lab this. But yeah, this is just the same as this bottle toss, the ambush one. But you just, you have a bit more control over where and when you want to use it, pretty much. But yeah, guys, I think that is gonna about... Let me make Shao not drunk, because it's pissing me off. Okay. Yeah, that's about it for the cameo guide today. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought in the comments section. If you made it all the way to the end, put Scorpion is a bastard in the comments, because he is. And be sure to check out the pinned comment for the donation goal. As you can see on the screen there, we're halfway. I'm really hoping we can make it to the end. We've not got that many days left till Combo Breaker, so I hope you guys would consider donating. But of course, it's not mandatory. But yeah, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you beautiful people in a bit. Take it easy, everyone.